The bells of High Spire rang across the silver city of Allander. Their sound rolled over crystal towers and white bridges that curved like frozen light between living trees and marble halls. Citizens paused in markets, and along garden paths, soldiers on the sky walls lifted their helms and stared toward the upper harbour. The lost princess had returned. Queen Sorolith stood alone upon the highest balcony of the palace. Her robes shimmered like moonlit water, her crown held a shard of ancient star, glass that glowed softly against the dusk. For many years she had ruled with calm strength. For many years she had carried grief like a silent blade within her chest. Her daughter had vanished during the burning years. Raiders from the outer dark had broken through the shields of Allander. Fire had fallen from orbit. War had swallowed the sky. In the chaos, the princess and her escort had disappeared. No wreckage was found, no body was recovered. The court had declared her dead, but a mother had never believed it. Now, a scout ship bearing ancient royal codes drifted into the inner system. Its hull was scarred and patched with unfamiliar metal. Its design was not elven, its engine signature was rough and blunted. Inside it waited Princess Liariand, a human. The great gates of the sky harbor opened with a deep rumble. The vessel descended slowly. It was small compared to elven craft. Functional rather than beautiful panels were welded in mismatched colors. One wing bore clear signs of heavy repair, yet it landed steady and unafraid. The hatch lowered. A tall figure stepped out. First gasps rippled through the gathered nobles. The being was broad-shouldered and clad in dark armor marked by burns and scratches. A simple cloak hung from one shoulder. No shimmer of magic surrounded him. No aura of song or light followed his steps. It was human. Behind him came a woman wrapped in a deep blue cloak. Silver hair braided in the royal pattern fell over her shoulder. She lowered her hood. Violet eyes shone bright. Queen Sorolith did not wait for ceremony. She crossed the platform and gathered her daughter into her arms. For a long moment neither spoke. Years of sorrow melted into breath and warmth. You live, the queen whispered. I live. Mother Liari answered. When they parted, the queen turned her gaze toward the human. He bowed his head in respect, but did not kneel. I am Captain Daniel Reyes of Earth, he said. I bring your daughter home. Murmurs swept the court. Humans were known as short-lived and impulsive. They possessed no magic. They were considered crude by elder races, yet this one stood without fear. You have done what my fleets could not, the queen said. Allander owes you a debt. Did what anyone would do, Reyes replied. Liari turned sharply toward the nobles. No, she said. He did what none of you could. That night a feast was held beneath crystal chandeliers. Music flowed like falling petals. Silver dishes filled the long tables, but beneath the beauty tension lingered the council of 9 watched the human closely. Reyes ate little and spoke only when addressed. He did not boast. He did not shrink when a lord questioned his lack of magical presence. Reyes answered calmly. We do not bend reality with thought, we bend it with worksome. Nobles scoffed. Liari did not later. The queen summoned her daughter and the human to the war chamber. A great star map shimmered above a circular table. You were taken by the Carthy Dominion. The queen said yes. Liari replied. They sold me as leverage. They believed Allander would not risk war for one child. Sorolith closed her eyes briefly. I escaped. Years later, Liari continued. My transport failed near human territory. Captain Reyes found me drifting in deep space. Our patrol picked up her distress signal. Reyes said we thought it was debris. Instead we found an elf who tried to seize our bridge despite a broken armor. Faint smile touched Liari face. You stayed among humans. The queen said yes, and I, learned Liari, expanded the star map. Human territory appeared small beside elven space. They have no magic, she said, but they endure worlds harsher than ours. When the Carthy pushed toward their colonies, Earth did not bow red. Markers flared along human borders. We fought, Reyes said, we lost ships and cities. But we held us. If summoned by his words, alarms rang through the palace. A sharp rising tone echoed across the chamber. A guard rushed in Carthy, fleet translating at outer perimeter. The Queen straightened to the command spire. She ordered the sky above. Allander ignited with streaks of crimson and gold. Massive Carthy warships emerged like jagged blades. Elven defense platforms rose and fired beams of focused starlight. Shields flared under heavy impact. Treyas stood beside the tactical display. Data streamed rapidly. He watched with sharp focus. They are testing response times, he said. Your formations are precise but predictable. An Elven admiral bristled. We have defended this world for millennia. They have studied you, Reyes, replied another wave of enemy ships translated into position, larger and more aggressive. They know I am here, Liari whispered. They seek to end the bloodline. The Queen voice hardened. They will not yet. Outer shields flickered dangerously. One defense cruiser shattered under concentrated fire. He stepped closer to the central console. Give me a strike wing, he said. Outrage erupted among the council. A human cannot command elven vessels. He lacks the sight. He lacks centuries of disciplinary. Raised her voice above them. He understands enemies who do not honor ritual. He understands ambivalent other. Explosion lit the void. The Queen made her choice. Grant him a wing. Reyes moved quickly. Instead of holding rigid defensive arcs, he scattered the assigned ships into irregular vectors to cruisers. Feigned retreat. When Carthy vessels pursued hidden batteries, struck from below, the orbital plane. Enemy coordination faltered. Elven captains adapted to the new rhythm. Pride yielded to necessity. Break their command structure, Reyes said. Force them to react. The battle raged, hours compressed into breathless moments. At last, the Carthy flagship surged forward. Its main cannon charged with terrible brilliance. Its aim fixed upon the capital. If that fires, the city falls. Reyes said. Options, the Queen demanded. Wanhei highlighted his own small patrol vessel still docked below. I can breach their shield envelope, overload my core. Liari stared at him. That will kill you. Yes, I will not accept such sacrifice from one who saved my child, the Queen said. Reyes allowed a faint smile. With respect, Majesty. Winning does not require Tonsuri stepped forward. Then you will not go alone. She transferred her command codes to the patrol ship, unlocked navigation to her biometric. The Queen called. I am your daughter, she answered, and I have learned from humans. The patrol ship launched under heavy covering fire. Elven cruisers formed a corridor of light. The small craft weaved through debris and plasma inside the flagship Carthy. Sensors struggled to track the tiny target. 30 seconds, Rhea said. Liari rerouted power from life support to engines. Warning lights flared crimson. 10 seconds. They pierced the enemy shield. Reyes initiated overload. At the final instant, Liari transmitted telemetry across the fleet. Human improvisation merged with elven precision. The patrol ship vanished in a blaze of white fur. Carthy flagship ruptured from within. Shockwaves tore through surrounding vessels. Without command, the enemy line collapsed. Forces struck decisively. Within minutes, the remaining Carthy ships fled, or burned. Silence returned to the stars. Then the command spire. No one breathed. Then a faint signal pulsed at the edge of the system. An escape pod, battered but intact recovery craft, reached it quickly. When the hatch opened, Daniel Reyes stumbled out, bruised yet alive. Liari followed, leaning against him. The overload had breached the flagship long enough for emergency launch. Reyes had timed it perfectly. The Queen descended to the Harbour once more this time, the entire court knelt not to royalty, but to Carrigaserolith, approached the human and her daughter you have given. Allander, more than survival, she said, you have given us a future we fight, the same enemy, Rhea Sans. Took his hand before the watching court mother, she said, walls alone will not protect us, we need allies who burn bright and fast. We need humanity. The queen looked across her ancient city towers that had stood for ages, shimmered beneath starlight, still glowing from battle. Then she looked at the human who had dared challenge an empire with stubborn will and a patched ship. Let it be known, she declared, that Allander stands with earth. Cheers rose from soldiers and citizens alike in that moment. An elder kingdom and a young world chose each other. The lost princess had returned, but more than that, humanity had earned its place among the stars. Asterisk.